Welcome back to this edition of Talk Asia. With us today is Ma Ying-jeou, leader of Taiwan's opposition Kuomintang Party. Chairman Ma, your family is from mainland China. You yourself were born in Hong Kong, though you've lived in Taiwan now for a very long time. Do you see yourself as Chinese or Taiwanese?
Both. I was born in Hong Kong, but I was brought up in Taiwan. Actually, my parents came to Taiwan before I was born, so biologically I was conceived in Taiwan. But when they went to Hong Kong, I was born there. So I always joke that I was made in Taiwan but delivered in Hong Kong. And my family moved to Taiwan when I was only 1 year and 3 months old, so I was brought up here. And so I think we inherit the Chinese tradition, but we live in Taiwan. So we're both Taiwanese and Chinese.
I imagine that it must be difficult for many people who live here. You know, some of them see themselves as Chinese, others see themselves as Taiwanese. How do you go about unifying a society that is so divided like that?
Well, I think there are people who do have different perceptions of themselves as either Chinese, Taiwanese, or both. But I think that wouldn't really change our loyalty to Taiwan. You see, Taiwan in history is a place for immigrants from all over the world. They have maybe different identities, but that wouldn't hurt our unity as a people.
What is the KMT's vision of Taiwan's international role?
It's very important for Taiwan to maintain its international contact. You know, we only have 24 countries that fully recognize us as a country, but we maintain trade with more than 150 countries. So we conduct our foreign relations in a very unorthodox way. For instance, our mission in Washington is not called an embassy, but it is called Taipei Economic and Cultural Representative Office, TECRO. Why? Because we can't maintain diplomatic relations with the US, but we still have to maintain such a quasi-official relation in order to facilitate all the exchanges, political, security, cultural, and economic ties with the US. So Taiwan has to conduct its diplomacy in an unprecedented, unorthodox way, but we still survive.
Do you think that Taiwan will ever reunify with the mainland?
We don't know yet, but at the moment it is not my party's policy to pursue that at this stage. Now, even the mainland...
At this stage, you mean you might in the future?
Well, in the future, nobody knows whether the conditions will be ripe, because Taiwan's future has to be determined by the 23 million Taiwanese, by their free will. At the moment, the majority of Taiwanese favor the maintenance of Taiwan's status quo. Obviously, before the mainland becomes democratic, free, and prosperous, Taiwanese people will not be interested in this issue. Even the mainland today is not interested in pushing that because they know it is not ready yet. Nobody is ready. And what they are doing now is to prevent Taiwan from going further in independence instead of calling for reunification. So at the moment, the common interest on both Taiwan and the mainland is to maintaining the status quo without changing the status quo unilaterally. On that basis, I think peace could be reached.
After the break, Ma Ying-jeou tells us what he thinks of the air of celebrity surrounding him.